Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another 2024 presidential election prediction. Today, I have Chair of the House Republican Conference and Congresswoman from New York, Elise Stefanik, and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia versus incumbent President and Vice President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And on the Republican side, we see our first dual woman ticket, interestingly enough, as well as I think our first dual House ticket. I know James Garfield was elected to the presidency directly from the House, but I think this is the first dual House ticket. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, most people probably don't know who Elise Stefanik is, but those who do, liberals especially, will have negative feelings towards her, and perhaps on the flip side, Republicans will have a positive feeling towards her, at least very Trump-like, America First, those type of Republicans. So I think that those types would be willing to vote for Stefanik, even if it means having Marjorie Taylor Greene on the ticket. I'm not sure if Marjorie Taylor Greene is the rising star of the GOP that some people think she is, but I think that most GOP voters would be able to put her extreme views aside, for the advancement of conservative beliefs. Which is why I have all these safe Republican states being won comfortably by the Stefanik Greene ticket. And that includes Missouri and Indiana being safe. The Rust Belt is hard this time, but I'm going to give it to the president and vice president again. Maybe anywhere from tilt to lean for Wisconsin. I think the other two states will be won more comfortably by Biden. Sorry. Minnesota will be likely as usual. I think that some traditional Republican voters could be pushed away, which is why I have Indiana and Ohio being a little more competitive than usual, or at least they were under Trump, more like a 5 or 6 point margin versus 8 or 9 point margins. Georgia flipped back to the GOP column by a small margin, Arizona too. I think the whole America First, very Trump-like Republican attitude of these two women may turn off some suburban voters, but the fact that they aren't Trump himself, I believe, will help in these areas. So Texas is also a little likely, more like an 8 and 9 point margin versus the 5 point margin this past election. Florida being lean to. So it's trending a little more Republican these days than it has in years past. I think North Carolina stays in the GOP column. Virginia, I forgot, but that's safe blue. Nevada, I think anywhere from lean to likely. Influx of California voters. I think that there isn't too much suburb in Nevada, sort of a sharp divide between city and country, but I believe that Biden and Harris do hold on here, this state that's been a little more Democratic over the past few election cycles than it has historically been. Hasn't gone to a Republican since Bush in 2004, and obviously the party's changed a lot since then. Alaska is its usual margin, and Nebraska, while we're up here, safe in the 1st and 3rd districts and at large. District 2, though, I think will be held on to by the president and vice president. New Hampshire, I think it's still going to be anywhere from lean to likely. I think it'll stay in the Democratic column. Maine at large and District 1 are safe, but District 2 is anywhere from tilt to lean. I think it goes back to the Democrats. And so that's it. Another pretty close election. Biden, Harris winning this one as well. Pretty similar to the election video I did earlier. Well, yesterday. I'm recording this at night, planning to release it tomorrow. So, your today is your yesterday is my today as I record this video, if that makes any sense. Since Blob's already out.